This one is for all the parents today, parents of younger children who are struggling with bedtime, which is completely normal. When your children are, especially when they're maybe 3 to 9 years old, bedtime can become a bit stressful. There might be tantrums, arguments, it can become a bit of a nightmare. And so I have a free program which I'm offering starting today. And that is to support you in being able to create more of a positive bedtime experience for everybody, and more of a peaceful sleep. So it's 5 days, it's a free program. Each day I'll give you a new technique, a mindful technique to add to your bedtime routine. Each technique takes 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes. So by the end of the 5 days, you will have 5 new healthy habits for a positive bedtime routine that take no more than 10 minutes in total. The way that I've introduced it, the way that I've tailored it really, is so that you can introduce one new strategy every night. So it's not overwhelming you, it's not overwhelming your children. It's just one new quick strategy that you can introduce every night over 5 nights. So if you start today, by the weekend, then your bedtime routine will have created more healthy, mindful habits. And more importantly, you will see that your children have a more positive bedtime and a more positive sleep experience. This has been tried and tested on my niece, on my 4-year-old niece, and we could see results within the first 3 days, to be honest. So even if you just did it for the first 2 or 3 days, you would be able to see results with the strategies that I'm introducing. So they are mindfulness strategies. I'll also give you a free meditation script that actually works for the younger children that you can literally just read. Again, it takes no longer than 2 minutes and will just help them really settle into a bedtime routine. So you can get that through the link, or if you're watching on Instagram, then you can get that through the link in my bio. And today we're starting with the first healthy routine, or the first mindful habit to introduce to your children's bedtime routine is gratitude. So you can do this with young children as young as 3 or 4, and you might want to use different language. So you might ask them, what are 3 things that they are thankful for, or 3 people that they would like to say thank you to, or what 3 things are they happy that they have in their lives, or that they're happy that they have in their homes. So you can reframe the word gratitude to make it more relatable to your individual child. But definitely at this young age, they can understand the concept of gratitude. And you will be amazed, if you haven't practiced this already with your children, you will be amazed at the wonderful things that they feel grateful for, that they are thankful for. So before you take your children to bed, or once they're in bed and they're starting to get settled, so at any time that makes sense for you and your individual bedtime routine that you've got going on at the moment, you're just going to sit down with your children and ask them what are 3 things that they are grateful for, or 3 things that they are thankful for. I would encourage you as the parent to do this with your children as well. So you could take it in turns. They say one thing they're grateful for, and then you say one thing that you're grateful for. So kind of modeling and giving them some ideas on what it means to be thankful, that they're not just thankful for their iPad or whatever else, their new shoes, but getting them to go a little bit deeper into that practice, thinking about people perhaps that they are grateful for. And this just takes a couple of minutes tops. You might be surprised, they might come up with 3 things very quickly, and that just is starting to bring a little bit of mindfulness into their evening routine. But it's also getting them to start to slow down as you just sit down before you go to bed, or when they're in the bed, after you've done your story time or whatever you might typically do. Just introduce this concept of gratitude. So very simple. That's just the first strategy. And as we go on throughout the week, we'll add one new strategy each evening. So one will be a breathing technique, very simple breathing technique that helps them to ground and focus and relax. We have a meditation in which I will send you a meditation script that you can just literally read. So it's very, very easy. You don't even have to think about it. And we've got a couple more mindfulness strategies so that by the end of the 5 days, so definitely by the weekend, if you stick with it this week, you will see an improvement in their sleeping, in definitely a more positive, calming experience going to bed. And you should be able to cut out some of that chaos or tantrums or arguments and be able to do this with ease. You're not having to think about it too much. You're just literally following my guidance, and just try it and see how your children respond to it, and also see how you respond to it as a parent. See how it feels for you to have a mindful routine with your children before bedtime. So as I say, only takes 10 minutes. So each strategy is 1 to 2 minutes, 10 minutes tops. And it's not too overwhelming for you or your children. It's very easy to implement, but with fast acting, very effective results. So if you haven't signed up for it yet, you can do so through the link in my bio, or if you're watching this on Facebook, then you can get the link above. And get hold of those resources right now once you register for it. I'll be doing lives like this every day this week, so you can watch out for them. And I would love to hear from you. So if you are doing the mindful bedtime routine with your children, then let me know how it's going. You can tag me in any post so that I can see how it's going for you and your family, because I always love to see how these strategies are impacting different families. So just let me know. And I will see you tomorrow when I talk about the second strategy for a mindful and positive sleep experience and bedtime routine. All right, so go sign up for it.